You're standing in the TSA line. It's barely moving. Your flight boards in 40 minutes. You're stressed, sweating, and watching the clock tick down. Sound familiar? Here's the truth most travelers never learn. Airport security doesn't have to be a nightmare. There are insider strategies that frequent flyers and aviation professionals use every single day to breeze through checkpoints in under 5 minutes. TSA agents know these shortcuts. Flight crews use them constantly, but nobody tells regular passengers about them. Why? Because the system profits from your confusion and delays. From the exact clothing that speeds you through metal detectors to the hidden loopholes in liquid rules that most people never discover, we're exposing 8 TSA secrets that will transform your airport experience forever. These aren't just time savers. These are stress eliminators that give you back control over one of the most frustrating parts of air travel. Once you know these secrets, you'll never wait in those endless security lines again. Hit subscribe because this insider intelligence is pure gold for anyone who flies. Let's expose the TSA secrets that get you through security faster than 95% of travelers. The TSA PreCheck ROI that airlines hide. Let's talk about the single biggest security hack that most travelers ignore. TSA PreCheck. And no, this isn't a commercial. This is pure mathematics. The program costs $78 for 5 years. That breaks down to less than $16 per year. Now compare that to the average security wait time for standard screening. According to TSA data, regular lines average 25 to 45 minutes during peak travel times. PreCheck passengers? The TSA reports 99% wait less than 10 minutes. Most get through in under 5. You keep your shoes on. Laptops stay in bags. Liquids stay packed. No removing belts, jackets, or jewelry. Here's the real cost analysis. Miss one flight due to security delays, and you're paying $200 or more in rebooking fees. That's 2.5 years of PreCheck coverage from a single misconnection. The application takes 15 minutes online plus a 10-minute in-person appointment. Approval usually comes within weeks. For anyone who flies more than twice a year, it's the smartest money you'll spend on travel. The security lane selection strategy. Walk into any major airport checkpoint, and you'll see the same thing. Everyone rushes to the first open lane. The line backs up, people get frustrated, and nobody realizes there's a better way. Here's what TSA agents know. The last lanes at the end of the checkpoint area are almost always faster. Why? Crowd psychology. Travelers see the first lane and stop immediately. They assume it's the only option or they're too rushed to look further. But airports open multiple screening lanes during busy periods. Walk past the chaos to the far end of the security area. You'll frequently find lanes with half the wait time of those front lanes. Another insider tip? Family lanes move slower. The lane marked for families and passengers needing assistance processes more bags, more shoes, more confusion. Unless you need that assistance, choose a different lane. Business traveler lanes move fastest. These passengers know the drill. They're prepared, efficient, and experienced. Position yourself behind them, and you'll fly through security. The strategic outfit that eliminates delays. What you wear to the airport directly impacts your security experience. And most travelers get this completely wrong. Metal is your enemy. Belt buckles, heavy jewelry, metal buttons, underwire bras, steel-toed boots. All of these trigger metal detectors and body scanners. Each alarm means a pat-down, a rescan, or secondary screening. That's 5 to 10 minutes minimum. Smart travelers dress in layers with minimal metal. Slip-on shoes with no metal components. Pants with elastic or drawstring waistbands instead of metal button flies and belt buckles. Simple jewelry or none at all. Here's the jacket hack that frequent flyers swear by. Wear a jacket or vest with large, deep pockets. Before you reach the checkpoint, transfer everything from your pants pockets into the jacket. Wallet, phone, keys, coins, everything. When you get to the bins, you remove one item. The jacket. Everything goes through in one container. No fumbling with small items. No drop coins. No forgotten wallet in your back pocket that triggers a rescan. One jacket, one bin, 0 delays. It's the single most effective clothing strategy for fast security screening. The frozen liquid loophole nobody uses. Everyone knows the 3-1-1 rule. Liquids under 3.4 ounces in a clear quart bag. But here's the loophole hiding in plain sight. Frozen liquids are allowed through security. If it's solid ice when you reach the checkpoint, TSA classifies it as a solid, not a liquid. That means your completely frozen water bottle or coffee passes inspection legally. The strategy is simple. Fill a plastic water bottle 3/4 full. Freeze it solid the night before your flight. By the time you reach your gate, it's melting into cold drinking water. Free hydration without paying $6 for airport water. This same rule applies to gel ice packs for medical purposes and frozen baby food. As long as it's completely solid when screened, it's permitted. Want to stay hydrated on long flights without relying on tiny beverage service cups? Freeze your water. It's the legal hack that saves you money and keeps you comfortable at altitude. The laptop and electronics speed strategy. Most travelers waste time at security fumbling with electronics. Laptops half stuck in bags. Tablets buried under clothes. Chargers tangled in zippers. It's chaos that slows everyone down. Here's what experienced travelers do differently. They pack electronics for security before packing anything else. Laptops go in a dedicated, easily accessible compartment. No digging required. But here's the insider detail most people miss. TSA requires laptops larger than standard tablets to be removed from bags. But smaller tablets, e-readers, and portable gaming devices can stay packed. Knowing this distinction saves you unnecessary unpacking. The fast lane strategy works like this. Larger electronics in outer compartments. Smaller devices can stay buried. Charging cables in the jacket pocket, not tangled in the main bag. When you reach the bins, your laptop comes out in 2 seconds. Everything else stays organized. You're through the scanner while other passengers are still wrestling with their bags. Electronics organization isn't just about speed. It's about reducing stress and maintaining control during the most chaotic part of airport travel. The perfect timing window for empty lines. Most travelers have no control over their flight times. But if you have flexibility, this secret changes everything. Airport security traffic follows predictable patterns. The worst times? Monday mornings, Friday afternoons, and Sunday evenings. These are peak business and weekend travel windows. Expect 30 to 60-minute waits during these periods. The best times? Tuesday and Wednesday midday flights, and any departure after 8 p.m. Security lines during these windows are 50 to 70% shorter. But here's the specific timing hack. Arrive at security exactly 90 minutes before departure for domestic flights. Earlier than that, you hit the previous flight's rush. Later than that, you're competing with your own flight's procrastinators. International flights need 2.5 to 3 hours, but the same principle applies. Time your security arrival between passenger waves. Control your timing, control your stress. When you book flights, factor in security patterns for the smoothest possible experience. The medication and medical exception rules. The 311 liquid rule has major exceptions that most travelers never learn about. And these exceptions can be lifesavers for people with medical needs or families traveling with children. Medications in liquid form are allowed in reasonable quantities exceeding 3.4 ounces. Prescription medicines, over-the-counter liquid medications, and medically necessary liquids don't count toward your quart bag limit. The key is declaration. You must inform the TSA agent at the beginning of screening that you're carrying medical liquids. They'll inspect them separately, possibly test them, but they will allow them through. Baby formula, breast milk, and juice for infants are also exempt. Parents can bring whatever quantity needed for the flight, regardless of the 311 rule. Here's the insider detail. These items should be easily accessible, separated from your regular liquids, and clearly labeled when possible. Don't hide them in your bag and expect agents to find them. Declaring medical exceptions adds maybe 60 seconds to your screening time, but it allows you to bring necessary items without paying inflated airport prices or risking your health. The body scanner versus metal detector choice. Here's something most travelers don't realize. You can often choose between the body scanner and the traditional metal detector, and that choice impacts your screening time significantly. Body scanners are thorough. They detect both metal and non-metal threats, but they're also slower. Each passenger requires a full scan, image review, and sometimes additional screening if the machine flags something. Traditional metal detectors are faster. If you prepared properly, minimal metal on your body, pockets empty, shoes off, you'll walk through clean in seconds. The secret? Watch which checkpoint lanes are using which technology. Some lanes exclusively use metal detectors. Others use body scanners for every passenger. Choose accordingly based on how you're dressed and packed. If you're wearing a simple outfit with no metal and everything organized, the metal detector lane is your fastest route. If you're wearing complex clothing or carrying multiple items, the body scanner might actually be faster because it requires less unpacking. Strategic lane selection based on screening technology is an advanced move that separates travel pros from amateur flyers. There you have it. 8 TSA secrets that will transform your security experience from a stressful nightmare into a 5-minute breeze. From the PreCheck investment that pays for itself in one missed flight to the frozen liquid loophole that nobody uses, these strategies give you back control over the most frustrating part of air travel. Security doesn't have to be chaos. It just requires insider knowledge. Which secret surprised you most? Drop it in the comments and tell me if you've tried any of these strategies before. Hit subscribe so you never miss aviation intelligence that makes travel easier, faster, and cheaper. Security doesn't have to win. Now you know how to beat it.